Who are you? What are you doing on the island? Get away from here. This is Froe's island. Go away. You don't belong here. Miles, calm down. They're honored guests here. They're not just some silly zombies. Don't worry. Sorry about that, guys. Sometimes Miles, well, he does a good job of scaring away the mobs and stuff, but, well, you notice, he doesn't have much of a brain. So he gets confused easily, and he must have mistaken you for like a zombie or something. Anyway, so something I really like about this game is building like big automated and awesome farms. But something else I really like to do is kind of just manually gather resources too. So I figured that's what we could do to start off this episode with. I always like to have a pretty good stockpile of things on hand, so we could go around and get some sand, and maybe some sandstone would be good. Probably some clay would be good too. And then honestly, what we need most of is iron. We have a pretty good supply, but definitely not enough. Like we have what, like 3 stacks of iron blocks and then a little bit more. But I want to build another beacon. And I also just want to organize our resource chest a little bit and just have a little bit more on hand. We can consider this as part of Operation Bells of Whistles that we started quite a long time ago now. In fact, I have a couple plans for Operation Bells and Whistles this episode too, but to get started, we'll just go ahead and do a little bit of some resource collection and then move on from there. Okay, so while we're collecting these resources, I figured we could probably have a pretty honest conversation about the videos and the future of this series. By the way, I really love making these videos, but I just wanted to make sure that we're all on the same page here moving forward. And I'm only really bringing this up because I just got back from a pretty long trip and I didn't record during that entire time, so I feel kind of guilty now. You know, this is also kind of for my future reference as well, just so that I get it straight from my own self. Anyways, yeah, the first thing I guess I want to stress is I do not ever plan on like trying to get big in YouTube. I only ever want to do this for fun, and I don't want the added pressure of having like a large audience or having to rely on this for income. But I mean, that isn't to say that I won't enjoy a little bit of an audience. I really like the feedback and the interaction with people. Plus, you guys teach me a lot about the game. And plus, the whole reason why I did this Let's Play is to kind of force myself to get creative and try new things. Like, there's already so many things I've done with this world that I've never done with Minecraft, even though I've been playing it for over 10 years now. So I guess to get straight to the point, keep your expectations low. You should only watch my videos if you want to watch someone who's like an average player, maybe, you know, someone who does things like a little bit different or like less efficiently, but just tries to have fun with the game. And remember, you know, it is a sandbox game, so there's no wrong way to play it, too. Also, I try to be kind of funny too sometimes. Or at the very least, you can laugh at how terrible my jokes are, maybe. I guess the other reason why you might want to watch this Let's Play is for the longevity of it. I can't promise that it'll be around forever, but I do like the idea, and I'm pretty ambitious with it, of like sticking to the same world for like ever now. Like I don't really want to play multiplayer. I don't have the time to dedicate to it. And I don't like starting new worlds willy-nilly here. They're kind of a big commitment for me. Plus, I really like having a lot of history when it comes to a world. So I'm only bringing this whole conversation up because I'm unfortunately kind of a busy person. I'm only able to really dedicate like a couple hours on average, and most of the time it's less than that a day on playing Minecraft, and even less on recording. So that's why it takes so long to get an episode out. And that aspect of my life just isn't gonna change here. I really like the way things are right now. Like I spend a lot of time hanging out with my family and spending a lot of time like hiking and going out in nature and just various little things like that. And I don't really want to change that part of my life, especially just for this other hobby I have. So unfortunately, they kind of are competing a little bit for my time, but I think I'm able to balance it well enough for now. I just wanted to make sure that you guys understand, and not just you guys, also like just for myself, that the expectation should be low. This is strictly just for fun, all these videos and stuff, and you could probably tell too, just because the quality is, you know. Well, I guess an example of what I'm talking about is sometimes I'll have free time, like an evening, like it'll be like 7 o'clock, and I'll have all the time in the world at this point to go on the computer and record and play the game. And I would love to do that, but also it's like a beautiful day out and it'd be perfect for like a nice bike ride or something. And so those kind of hobbies of mine are battling, and usually, unfortunately, the bike ride wins because it's kind of like a double whammy. I get to spend time with my family more, and I get to enjoy nature and get some exercise and stuff. And playing Minecraft is awesome, but I strive for that kind of stuff a little bit more at this point in my life. So that's what I tend to go for. So I guess the overall point is I'm doing this as a hobby and for fun, and I put a lot of pressure on myself for it. And so I kind of needed to just make it really official for myself that, it is just a hobby, and I don't want to have any expectations of, like deadlines or anything for you guys. I really appreciate the support and the feedback you guys give me, and I love the community. But like I said before, that's as far as I want this to go. I don't really want to make this like a job or grunt work. Oh, here we are. Oh, that's awesome. I was just in a random cave. Though I don't really want to put myself into a corner either. So like right now, these are just my thoughts, and they're welcome to change in the future. Any people who do subscribe, I'm happy to make videos for and receive feedback from. I just don't really want to have like that pressure of like having to keep uploading on a certain schedule or meet certain demands or anything like that, especially since I already put so much pressure on myself. I mean, I work really hard to only upload videos that I'm proud of myself. Plus I know that other people who know me in real life have seen these videos, and so I just want to make sure that they're good quality there too, because that's what I expect of myself, is high quality, I guess. And I know these aren't like Rockstar or anything like that, but I do put a lot of effort into them, and I'm proud of making these videos. I wouldn't be sharing them online if I wasn't, I guess. Don't get me wrong though, I definitely know that I'm just a really low bar amateur when it comes to it. It doesn't mean I can't be proud with it though. Alright, so I'm just going to finish caving here a little bit. Maybe I'll share some highlights with you guys, but we are under the island, so there's not very many mobs at the moment. But I do hope you enjoyed that little talk we had. From now on, we're just going to kind of, like for the rest of this episode, we're going to do more fun stuff. I think after this, we're going to work a little bit more on Operation Bells and Whistles. I kind of have a couple of features I want to add, and I want to fix up to the bamboo farm we have and the furnace. What am I doing here? It's getting late for me, so getting hard to focus. But anyways, I'll tune you back in a little bit here. I guess one more thing I wanted to add quickly is, since I kind of consider this world being like my last one that I'm going to be playing probably for quite a while here. Actually, while we're here, I wanted to make a honey block for the first time. I actually haven't done that in this world. Actually, I've never made honey block ever. So I think this is how you do it, right? Yep. So here we go. Achievement. Yes. Okay, we did get one. That's awesome. Or no, just a new recipe. I already got an achievement for getting the honey bottles, but I did that off camera on accident. Let's see. Can I breed my bees yet? Anyway, since this is such a long-term world, I like to kind of go slow with like going to the end or the nether or any big achievements in the game. I try to go kind of slow at and savor the progress to get there, which does unfortunately mean that I usually play a little bit more inefficient than I could, but it's all about the enjoyment of the game. And like I said earlier, it is a sandbox game, so I think it's okay. Oh man, this is really becoming a talky episode. Gosh, I apologize for that, but I just needed to get that out there a little bit. From now on, I think we're just going to do a little bit of caving here, and we're doing it underwater so that we could maybe fight some boss mobs. And I'm going to try to get a bunch of iron together so we can maybe place another beacon soon here. I kind of have a spot for where I want it and make our lives a little bit easier in the future. But we need to find a cave first. I think we found one. Oh yeah, big old ravine, and we've got a bunch of mobs in it. Also, one other thing is fighting or like caving while underwater like this when there's no landmass above you leads to an insane number of mobs. So, little warning for you if you ever do that. Thank you for the help. All right, so we're at render distance of 32 chunks, and what you can see off in the distance is the lighthouse and the trident that we've built, which is actually really cool. In fact, I really wish we could play with 32 chunk distance. It really kills my frames. And we're finally home here, so we're just gonna drop stuff off. A random question I wanted to ask you guys is what kind of music or what do you listen to when you are playing Minecraft? My understanding is everyone kind of listens to different stuff. Usually I listen to like history stuff, so like ancient Roman history or anything history related, I guess I really enjoy. But sometimes I also listen to like other people play Minecraft, like a certain YouTuber named Etho. He's definitely my favorite. But that's just my question, I guess. By the way, check this out. We got so much resources. Let's look in here too. Just tons of good stuff. Definitely a productive mining trip. Let's go and drop the rest of this stuff off. We got over a stack of iron blocks now from this trip, so that's pretty good. Do we have any iron in here? Yeah, we already have a whole bunch in here too. From like every once in a while, I'll just go mining for a little while just for fun. I find it relaxing. We got a big find is the mossy cobblestone. That's actually really handy to get. So we can throw that on in here. But I think it's time for us to move on to like something actually productive this episode now. I think we're going to work on Operation Bells and Whistles a little bit. And what I want to do is, first of all, I want to have an indicator light for when we're out of torches in here. I don't know how we're going to squeeze that in here though, to be honest, because it's going to be pretty tight with the redstone, but we might be able to sneak it in underneath here. Oops, we got efficiency 5. I forgot about that. But I'm going to work on that a little bit and let you know how it turns out. By indicator lights or sounds or something, I don't know. Just like when we're out of torches, I want some way to know without having to go back here and look. Little features like that are pretty cool. And then also we need to fix up our furnace because it's like out of fuel basically. Or completely, I guess. And then also we need to fix up the bamboo farm. All right, so we got the indicator lights on. So one of these represents torches and the other one ender pearls. And so if we just do that, we dispensed the only ender pearl we had in the system. I'm not going to pick it up. I'll show you why in a second. So the lamp turned off. We come over here though, and we notice kind of making some changes. I actually want to make a pretty big change to this room. I think I want to move all of these down a little bit because now that we have... So, like when I originally built this, we didn't have soul sand because we hadn't gone to the nether yet. But now that we do, I can make this lower and it still be very quick and efficient. So I think I'm going to do that. And then maybe somehow we could add in like other dispensing items we want here too. Like maybe rockets for the future when we finally go to the end. Speaking of that, do we have any eggs? Yes, we do. Lucky 13. And no end yet. At least not yet. Remember, if we go 4 chickens from 1 egg, then we get to go to the end. Anyways, I'm going to get working on this and I'll give you a little bit of an update as we go. All right, so right now we have torches and ender pearls and then mushroom stew being dispensed from here. What I want to do is make it so if you throw an item in this corner or this one, like just like that, then you'll get different items dispensed. But I actually want to make it even fancier than that. I want to make it so that if you drop, say, a tool down here, like a soul, then you'll get one type of item. Versus if you drop like a single item that is stacks to 64, then you'll get a... Where did that go? Did I pick it up? Then you'll get a different one. So instead of just having 3 dispensing, then you'll have 2 from this one, 4, 5, 6, and then a total of 7 items be able to be dispensed from here in a pretty easy way too, actually. The hard part's going to be the redstone though, because we have to be able to make a system so it can tell the difference between a pickaxe and like a stone slab. And the redstone's done. It actually wasn't too bad. I'm sure I can make it more efficient, but this is basically how it works. So we're going to be using a comparator, and the fact that a non-stackable item will output a strength higher than a stackable item. So let's just demonstrate it working. So if we throw just a single item in, only the light closest to us will turn on. And if we throw a shovel in, then the light furthest from us will turn on only. So that's how we did it. And it doesn't matter which items you put in here. It could be like a repeater. I made it too so that, like, say you accidentally put like a handful of items inside of here, it's still only going to activate that one. So it's a little bit of a smart system too, I guess. Now I got to replicate that over here and then also hook these up to dispensers and choose what to put inside of them too. And then also finish hooking those ones up to the two buns. So quite a lot of work, but we're getting good progress done. I figure I could try to build this one on camera with you too. So it's actually not too bad to build. This is going to be the single item, and this is the non-stackable item. I think we put this to a strength of 4 and then a 2 there. What ends up happening then is when you throw like a shovel inside, it powers here, and then this repeater locks that one before the signal can continue on, making it so only this branch turns on. And don't worry about the indicator lights either. I have a little bit of a plan for how we can use those still. Maybe. What I want to do, I guess I can talk about it a little bit, is so every item dispenser has its own unique light pattern. So say we're out of torches, then the lights will blink on and off really fast. But if we're out of ender pearls, then it'll blink really slowly. And that's how we can differentiate between the two. I think that might be kind of cool. I also want to reduce the number of droppers we're going to be using by making like a little mini comparator clock at every single dispenser. So we can make this consistently drop twice from just dropping one item in here. I guess I can just demonstrate. So we throw a shovel in and 2 items will pop out. I could throw an axe in, 2 items will pop out. So on and so forth. Now I'm just playing with different ways to extract items from here. So now we use an observer system to drop 2 items consistently. Oh, let's restock it. We might actually go this route. A little bit more consistent. Doing the comparator clock though will make it so, say if I drop like 5 items in here, you know, as long as this is on, the clock will be running, so I can get more and more items that way. So I could choose, like, say I want to have like tons and tons and tons of torches, I could just drop a whole bunch of items in there and get them. Or I guess maybe not torches, but maybe like rockets, you know, whatever I have in the system. And it'll just keep dispensing more and more of them. Versus with this system, no matter how many I throw in, I'll only ever get a set amount. So I guess I have to decide which way I like more. Aha! So I was thinking about it. We're actually going to do both. We're going to do the comparator for this dispensing one and then the observer system for this one. So this left one will only dispense a set number of items no matter what. And this one will dispense depending on how many items you throw into here. And the reason why we want that is, say we want like a whole bunch of rockets because we're going to go exploring. Then I'm going to make this system be the rocket one. So we can just throw a whole bunch of rockets in there. But if we only need like, I don't know, we only need like a stack of scaffolds at a time, so we can have scaffolds on this one. So it only will dispense 1 stack at a time no matter what. Oh man, we're channeling Etho for this project, that's for sure. Oh man, we got a lot of iron. Let's go ahead and craft up some blocks here. 1, 2, 3. That's awesome. Holy cow, that's a lot of iron. We actually need some of that like right now for hoppers. So there we go, 62 hoppers. That's awesome. So we need the hoppers for this. We're gonna revamp this. We're gonna add in some storage here so that we can, like, we don't have to come down here as much. But I also want to make it look pretty. Like, I want to have like walkways down here. I think I want to cover, like, obviously we have our storage for our legendary armor there, and it'd be cool to have glass above the waterway and then like nice walkways. They don't have to be perfect. Like, it doesn't have to, like, I wish we didn't have to walk on redstone, but I think just the way this part of the build is going, we'll probably have to, unless I do some major rearranging, which I don't really want to do. We might be able to squeeze a walkway in through the side here. but we're getting really close, like actually really far. We got these two sets hooked up to the comparator system. So all I have to do is just throw I throw a handful of items in there, then these will turn on for a set amount of time. And then over here, we have the Ender Pearl system almost done. Actually, I think it is done. So if we press this button, it will activate 8 times, which means it's going to dispense 32. So we need to half this somehow. So maybe if we do that, I think it'll have. Maybe? I don't know. Oh, something's... That didn't do anything. Maybe... maybe we need to do that one? Oh, that's almost there. Okay, so I got it figured out. I removed the torch, and there we go. Oh, that was a little bit of a leg spike. Let's do it again. There we go. So 4 times. Let's just make sure it actually activates as well. Sometimes they light up and they make the noise, but they don't actually spit stuff out. It's really awesome. I don't think I mentioned this yet, but we want this to dispense in multiples of 2, 4, or 8. So here we just had it drop 8 items. And the way we did that is if we didn't have this torch here, it would be 7. But since we have the torch here, it'll activate an 8th time. I guess we can show you the redstone side of it. So the comparator will activate 7 times, and then once the button turns off, the torch will activate it an 8th. Oh man, this is really becoming a big project. But we did get the functionality done actually for the dispensing portion, that is. So we're going to simulate it. Let's pretend we threw in like 15 andesite to collect items from this dispensing system. So now it's just going to activate for quite a long time, and it's going to run in a series of 4. So we know we're going to get a multiple of 4 for sure. If you throw like a non-stackable item in, that's going to activate that side. You can repeat it for those 2 dispensing systems as well. We just haven't yet. Like it's set up, I just don't need to show it off. Over here, this is for the ender pearls, and this is for the torches. So everything's set up. We got a little bit of storage and buffer for all of them. Next step is to add some water, and then also like decorate this area because we tore out all of what we had before basically, except for over here. The unfortunate thing is, if you notice, we can maybe squeeze it in, but I don't think I want to, is I took out the snack machine. We might move that to a different like part here, because the thing is like, because we have the soul sand ability, we can go as far down as we want now almost, and it doesn't really affect the speed of the items. So what we might end up doing is just make the dispensing or like the snack machine system lower, like down here, and just have the item system, like where you drop an item through the floor, poke out like right here or something, or maybe on the staircase itself. That might be kind of cool too, actually. But we have to be careful of the lights, I guess. But I do think we're going to be done working on this for now. This is a lot of redstone stuff for today. I think we're going to move on to something a little bit different and a little bit more action-y and stuff. So I just honestly don't really have a plan, I guess, yet. Yeah, so I have this bad habit where I'll record and get a whole bunch done and then kind of like stop for a little bit and then maybe even take like a day off and just play in between. So that's what I did now. So it's now been like a whole day since we last kind of saw each other. For you, it's been an instant, but for me, it's been a whole day. Anyways, I did notice I have King Arthur's chain trousers, which gives us 16% speed boost and more health and more armor and attack damage than what we currently have. Oh wait, no, not more armor, but more everything else basically. So the only thing we're missing on these is protection 4, I think. So let's see if we have that in our test at all. Remember, since this is a legendary item, it needs to be a book. We can't just combine it with what we already have. Look at that. So now we got a little bit of an upgrade there. Comes out to being like 7% speed boost, couple more hearts. Yeah, that's a pretty good upgrade actually. And plop those back in here for now. Okay, I also wanted to show you, well, first of all, I wanted to call this little stretch of road Llama Street, because we just have a bunch of llamas on it. So maybe that's what we'll call it from now on. It's just Llama Street. But check this out. So we got Marshmallow, Graham Cracker, and we got Hershey. And they all have their unique little carpets now, which is kind of nifty. And again, they're all strength 5. And I actually use these quite a lot. Like I use Alfred over there quite a lot, I should say, not these guys. whenever I get sand or like collect resources, because that's actually a pretty big inventory upgrade, 15 slots. Okay, this is not actiony at all, but I did actually work on this little area quite a lot between episodes. I got this all kind of done and it looks really good. So we got like a little stream that comes in here and fills everything up with water, and then it exits over this direction. So I think that's kind of neat. Again, this is Beaver Teeth. This was death number 13, and we died while caving from there. Got some hidden lights. Yeah, I like how this one turned out. Not every catacomb, gravesite, tomb thing has to be as elaborate as this one. One thing I do like about it is the darkness of it. So since we're on a mushroom island biome, we don't have to worry about mob spawning. So I want to start utilizing like light a little bit more as a decorative feature. And then coming over here, we got a whole nother one little made. Almost done, at least. We got to finish decorating it and place the item for rest as well. So we're going to put, let's see here. There's the Buddha boots, death number 14. So those are the boots that we had to sacrifice way long ago. And then I just got a random mob head, or whose is this? I think False Symmetry. Someone from the data pack that we are playing on that gives us the ability to get these like smaller blocks here. I'm going to place one there and maybe one there would be cool. Some lanterns might be nice. Maybe like alternating pattern. Kind of like that. Yeah, I like that. See, this one's a lot less elaborate than the last two we had, but not all of them have to be super extreme. I just kind of do whatever I think is cool at the time, I guess. I think it'd be neat to have a plant here with like maybe our red tulip. Oh yeah, that looks good. Maybe a couple on the sides here too. That's kind of how I decorate. I kind of just choose random stuff. It doesn't really have to have a rhyme or reason. Alrighty, there we go. Death number 14, laid to rest. It happened in episode 7, and it was done by a champion creeper. So there we go. So we must have been wearing our butter boots when we died or something like that. I don't know. I guess, you know, if you're interested in finding out for sure, just go ahead and watch the video. Episode 7. Man, that was a long time ago, actually, now. Kind of cool. But anyways, I think we're going to actually end the episode here for today. I did spend a lot of time doing stuff off camera. Like I said, it's been like over a whole day since we worked on that other little part of the base, like the item dispensers. And so it's kind of getting close to the time where we need to upload. I'm starting to feel guilty again. So I wanted to say thank you for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Stay safe out there and make sure to eat lots of delicious food. Raspberries are coming in season right now pretty soon here, so make sure you eat lots of those. Those are amazing. Definitely one of my more favorite fruits. Other than that, have a nice one. Bye-bye.